Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Gladys. I hope you stick around. Today I have a pretty fun video. I'm going to be doing the Boujee Booktuber Tag. So a few days ago I actually saw Gabby Reed's do this tag and I thought it was so much fun, so I decided to try it. I will link her video down below and I will also link the video where it originated. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around and let's get to it. Question number one is, what is your monthly budget for books? And to be completely honest, I don't really have a budget. I should probably make one. I know August was one of the months where I literally went overboard and I kept getting books delivered to me, and my fiance was like, another one, really? Do you need any more? And yeah, I do, but there are just so many releases and I'm just kind of anticipating so many books coming out. I'm still expecting like 2 more books to get delivered to me, and honestly, what can I do? But usually I will try to do 1 to 2, maybe even 3 books in a month. Question number 2 is, what's the most you've ever spent in a bookstore? I don't really remember how much I've actually spent at a bookstore. So a couple of years ago for one of my birthdays, my fiance actually took me to the bookstore and he told me he had won $200 at the casino. So that was my budget for that day, $200. I definitely remember that I did not spend $200 on the bookstore, but I did, I'm pretty sure I went over 100. And I think that was my one time that I bought a large amount of books, and that was probably the most I've ever spent. I don't really remember the exact number, but I do remember it being over 100. But yeah, that's the most I've ever spent at a bookstore, and I don't think I'll ever do that again at once. And I don't know why, I feel like it tends to be easier for me to buy books online. Like when I'm on Amazon, I'm like, oh, well, it's only $8 or it's only $10. But then when I'm at the bookstore and I see 5 books that I'm carrying, it kind of just hits me and I'm like, okay, maybe I should not buy all these books at once. Maybe I shouldn't buy every single book I see. So I don't know, shopping online is it's not good. So question number 3 is, are you willing to pay full price for a brand new release, or will you wait till there's a coupon or it's on sale? I think with this question it depends. If I am waiting for a release by my favorite author, I will definitely buy full price, especially if it's a book I've been anticipating. However, if it is by an author that I'm not very familiar with, or maybe they're not my favorite, I pretty much will wait to see if it goes, but to be completely honest, I never use coupons on books, which I should, honestly, because they're freaking expensive. And I never even think about when a book is on sale, so I should probably do that too. But damn, I should really start doing coupons on books. So question number 4, would you rather buy one new book or several less expensive used copies? I love used books because I love going to used bookstores. I just tend to think that books that go from one person to another, or they have like belongs to Sarah from Massachusetts. I think that's so cute. I've never gotten a book that belonged to Sarah from Massachusetts, but I just think that used books, they deserve all the love, and you can find really good books. I always go to my used bookstore here and I have found so many good books. Of course, there's nothing like a brand new book, especially a book that belongs to you. But you guys, used bookstores, they're really good. I'm telling you, I have found so many good books in used bookstores, so never underestimate them. Question number 5 is, what do you think is a reasonable price for a hardback book, a paperback book, or an ebook? So hardback books tend to be pretty expensive, especially if you buy them at certain stores. I have sometimes seen hardback books go up to like $30, and I'm sorry, but that's insane, especially when they have the paperback one and they're the exact same cover. I've seen some that are super cute as a hardback, and the paperback is still cute but not as cute as a hardback, which makes the hardback worth it. But if they're both going to be the exact same thing, I just don't see a reason for that. So I think a hardback book should be like maybe in the low 20s, like 20 to 23, but once it's $30, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that book. Then paperback books, which I love paperback. They tend to be, the prices vary. They can be anywhere from $9 on Amazon to, I've seen some $17.99, and I'm just kind of like, $17.99 for this, and the book is like thin. I don't see what's going on here, guys. Come on, get it together. Definitely, I think a paperback can be anywhere from 10 to 15. I would say 15 is the most on that. Come on, you guys. 17? No. An ebook. I don't buy ebooks that often, just because I tend to like having books on hand, and ebooks sometimes just do not do it for me. I don't know. Ebooks. I think an ebook should be, I would say like $4.99 to $6.99. I think anything over $10, or I've even seen some $9.99. What are you even paying for? Because you're reading everything electronically. You actually do not have the book with you. And I do agree, because Gabby Reese had pointed out that when you buy a paper book and a hard copy, you're paying for the pages, which I agree. So if you're not getting that through an ebook, then what exactly are you paying for? I mean, I know you're paying the author for all their hard work. I get that. But at the same time, you're only getting an electronic book. I've seen some like $9.99, and I'm just kind of like, no, not gonna happen. Just order the book already. Who cares? Question number 6 is a signed book worth more to you? How about a first edition? And again, I think it depends on the author. So I did recently buy Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and I decided to get it signed by her. I honestly don't even remember if it costs more. I didn't look at that. I should have probably looked at that. But when it comes to someone like Colleen Hoover, who tends to be who is one of my favorite authors, I think that I will drop a pretty penny just to get her to write me a little message. But I wouldn't do it for each book. I think I would do it for books that I'm really, really looking forward to reading. So, again, I think it depends. First edition, same thing. I don't really think that I would do it each and every time. And I probably wouldn't pay more for a first edition. I guess it really depends on the book. Question number 7 is, what is the most valuable book to you? Sentimental or actual value? And I'm gonna be completely honest, actual value, I don't have a book that has so much value to it when it comes to money. But I do have a couple of books that are very sentimental to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and show them to you guys. So right off the bat, one of the books that means so much to me is It Ends With Us. I always rave about this book, but it's honestly the one book that I take with me wherever I go. I've taken this book with me to Spain, to Mexico, to New York. It just goes everywhere with me. It's super bent, it's dirty. It probably has food stains, because trust me, I eat while reading. I just love this book so much, and I think that if I could save any of my books, this is definitely coming with me. This was actually a gift by one of my really good friends, and you guys, this book is just so beautiful. Like, look at this. I do know that it was, she bought it at Barnes & Noble, but like, come on. And Emily Dickinson has really good poetry. If you guys have never looked into her poetry, I highly suggest it. I had to study her poetry for English. Of course, she's very big in the English literature, so love this one. It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorites. Another book that means so much to me is actually, if you don't know, Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book. It is my favorite story. It is my favorite Jane Austen novel. But I have Pride and Prejudice in Spanish, and I bought it in Spain, and it is just so beautiful. So it's this green, like, I don't even know what kind of green this is, like teal, I don't know, and gold. I love it. I have obviously the Pride and Prejudice in English. I have it in two different covers, but this is just so beautiful. Another book that I'm super, I hold near and dear to my heart is The Book Thief. If you guys have not read The Book Thief, it is one of the most beautiful and heartbreaking stories out there. But this book I actually bought at a used bookstore, and I had already I was actually at a book used store in Carmel Beach in California, and I was about to leave and I was already paying for my books when I literally just looked up and I saw this book all the way up there, and I told him if I could buy it. And you guys, this book, this was my first time seeing this version of The Book Thief, it is so beautiful. It has a whole bunch of illustrations inside. Like, so it has so many things in here. It is just, if you guys have not if you guys have not read The Book Thief, this is such a great book. It's so heartbreaking. Okay, do not make fun of me for this book. This is actually a book that was given to me by my English teacher in I think I was a junior, and it has been through some rough times. I lost it a couple of times. I found it, and I think that I will hold it no matter what. I think I'm going to keep it. Wicked, and this is a book that was given to me again by my English teacher. It is just so beautiful. Look at this. It's Wicked, you guys. It's my favorite musical. If you guys have never seen Wicked the musical, I highly recommend it. It is just the most beautiful musical ever. I can't even speak enough about Wicked. It's literally my favorite musical. I actually took my fiance to go see it last year here in our town, and he had never seen it. He didn't know what Wicked was about. He's really not a musical fan. I know, crazy, but he literally just was telling me like it was awesome. They did such an amazing job. But those are my most valuable books that I have. Again, not worth a lot of money, but to me they are everything. So question number 8 is, will you pay more for a cover or edition you like better? I think I will, depending on the book. If it's a book, again, that I'm anticipating, a book that I really am looking forward to by an author that I love, I will. Even if it's not by an author I know, but it's a book that I'm really excited to read. And that's only because I do have a Bookstagram where obviously we want to have, and I think Bookstagrammers can agree with me, but we want to have pretty pictures and we want to have books that have beautiful covers. So of course, a cover can make it or break it. You know, if I have in a book that I'm really excited to read and I know I'm going to do a review about and I'm going to post in a couple of different pictures, but it has a very cute cover and a very not so cute cover, I'm of course going to pay a little bit more for the cover that's cute. I'm sorry, that's just the way that I see it. And again, I love looking at my bookshelf and I want to make sure that all my books are cute and put together, except obviously I have some books that are a little bit destroyed, like my Wicked one, but yeah, I do think that I would pay a little bit more for a cover or an edition that I like. Question number 9 is, what physical characteristics does a good quality book have for you? To be completely honest, I'm not very picky about the books that I buy. Of course, one of the things that I do like is for them to have a good cover. I prefer paperback over hardbook cover. I do like to have some books that are hardcover. I don't really go for them that often just because most of them tend to have sleeves and I am not a big fan of sleeves. I tend to always take them off and throw them away, rip them, lose them. They just kind of get all over the place. So I just tend to prefer to like paperback. But other than that, I am not too picky about my books, to be completely honest. The last question is, if you won the lottery, what bookish things would you do with the money? If I won the lottery, I would definitely donate to build a library in Mexico. I think it's always something I've wanted to do. I've always wanted to build a school there in my mom's town, but I would definitely love to pretty much build a library there. I would also build a library in my home, and I wouldn't want something crazy. I would just want a cute little library that I could go to and just relax whenever necessary. I hope that in the future I get that possibility and get to build a little library. But I would definitely want to build one in Mexico and maybe one in my hometown. Who knows? I would even want to possibly start a publishing company in my hometown and kind of represent more people of color. But yeah, I think the main thing would be that I would love to create a library in Mexico and then just make a little library for myself in my home. And that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them down below in the comment section. Again, I will tag Gabby Reads down below, and I will also tag the original video of this the Boujee Bookish tag. I will also link my Instagram down below. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Have a great day.